A month ago, I bought the car of my dreams, a Corvette CA, and today I'm gonna show the color reveal, the new color that we put on it, and more importantly, we want to do a 1 month review of 10 questions that I wish I had the answer before I purchased this car. And so if you're looking to buy a C8 or you just got one, this will be very, very, very helpful for you. So let's get started. All right, so white purple, well, that's my favorite color, and I've been waiting to be able to use this midnight purple ish color change ish color in a car, and now that I got this car, it was just perfect. We use paint protection film, color paint protection film, mainly because obviously it's more expensive, but at the same time it's covering the car, the original paint from rock chips, scratches, and all that stuff, which was very important for me for this car, especially living in Middle Tennessee. If you live in Middle Tennessee, you know what I'm talking about. It's just rocks flying everywhere all the time because of all the construction happening. And it wasn't easy. I have, if you guys don't know, I own a wrap shop and PPF. So I've done these cars before, but that doesn't mean that it was easy. Corvette C8s, especially rear bumpers, are very complicated. Just not an easy one. It's just not a Tesla, right? But Teslas are very easy to work on. But that also means at every car event that I go to, that people will see that it's not an easy job, and they will see that I did it properly. So that's also going to help in my company and marketing wise. Now with the questions, listen, for these questions, I just want to be honest. The things that I like, things that I don't like. I mean, obviously I love that it looks exotic. I love that the mid-engine, I love how it handles, how it sounds. I mean, it's just, I put a cat back on this car and it's just not.
Laser alert.
Where's the cop at? I'm being lasered, but I'm not doing anything. All right. Sorry for that. I love that, you know, the mid-engine, how it sounds, fuel economy, actually very impressive. The things that I don't like that much, obviously, storage. It's pretty good for what it is. But example, I mean, I picked up a friend from the airport the other day, and just so you guys know, if you have the actual like carry out luggage, it will fit like on the front. I was gonna say front trunk, but on the front, it will fit like just sideways. It will like just, it was kind of like just made for that, right? Which was good, but you can't fit anything else in there. So like, if she would have brought something else that was bigger than that, then it would have been a problem, because the back, yeah, it's wider, but it's not too like deep. So I don't know if it'll fit. Things like that. But let's go with question number 1. Is the C8 reliable? I've only had it for a month, but I already have had issues. Now, I bought it as a 2023. I bought it 2026. So I only had some warranties from a factory, but I did get an extended warranty, which saved me in this one, because the car had only 3,000 miles when I got it. So it was pretty much brand new. They had it sitting in the garage for a while, which gave me an issue. So when I got it like a week after, I had a misfire. Took it to GM, and long story short, because it was sitting, injector got clogged and they had to replace it. Because how they make these engines and how everything's in the back is very time consuming to get to the injectors and change the injectors. So because of that, labor was very expensive. My warranty powertrain factory, that was the only one that was left, was not gonna cover that. So thank God my extended warranty did cover it. So I ended up paying just for the inspection and that, or the deductible, and that's it, which was like $100. But if that didn't happen, it would have been a big problem, because it was like just $3,000 for a new car with 3,000 miles. I would have hated that. So just know that because of the mid-engine, it's not the most comfortable car to work on. So because of that, labor can be expensive. I did my catback exhaust. I installed it myself. I had to take half the trunk off, take the entire rear bumper off, and it was a little bit of a pain. So that's kind of like what I mean by working in this car is a little bit expensive when it comes down to labor time, unless you do it yourself. Besides that, I think, and I've seen and I've done the research, this car is pretty reliable. So with that being said, just want you to know that's my perspective. Obviously that could happen to anyone that has the car sitting for a while and the fuel is old and they've never changed it, and so things like that could happen. But that will bring us to question number 2. Can you daily a C8? Quick answer, yes. I think, and not only me, my wife, she's very picky, and she thinks this car is very comfortable for what it is. You keep it on touring mode, seats are comfortable, it rides super smooth. I think, and that when it comes down to being comfortable, it's perfect. I mean, I feel like they make these cars for people that like the Corvettes, which is usually like older people. So I think it's pretty comfortable. Fuel economy, I was shocked when I saw like my miles per gallon. It's way better than my truck. And I'm like 20, 21, 22, and I'm like flooring it most of the time. So if you're cruising around, you'll be fine with fuel economy. The next one will be noise. Obviously I put the exhaust. When I had the original exhaust or catback, it was perfect. You can barely hear it. Perfect if you don't want to hear anything. It's just like smooth ride. I wanted the sound, and so I got the exhaust. Now this will bring us to question number 3, or maybe I should say just an add-on. I bought the car. There's this thing called MPP system, which is the performance exhaust that comes on some Corvettes if you order it like that, and that gives you the exhaust. So whenever you put it on touring or sports or whatever, it's loud or is it not loud. If you want to be able to change the exhaust later on and have a valved exhaust, you need to buy one with the NPP system. Mine has got a non-NPP system, and that changes the wiring of the entire thing. What happens is, if you want to put another exhaust, you need to go through like GM, recalibrating an exhaust and the whole thing, if you would like to have a valved exhaust with an NPP, with non-NPP system like mine. Or you just do what I did, just get a non-NPP exhaust with no valves, so it's just open all the time. Pros, it sounds sick all the time. Cons, it could get very annoying if you're like on a road trip or whatever, or if you just want to. I got an exhaust that is not too loud because I don't have the NPP system, but it's still, you can still kind of hear the rumbling when you're driving, just cruising around the highway. And if you're on a road trip, it could get kind of annoying, which kind of happened to me yesterday. It got to a point where like I was like, okay, I'm kind of tired of just hearing the brrrr in my ear, and I couldn't do anything about that, but that's just me. So if you don't get bothered by none of that, you should be fine. But it's definitely something to consider is the NPP system. Question number 4. Is the front lift worth it? My car has the front lift, and it lifts it like an inch or so when you press the button. I find it helpful. There's places where I have to get in or get out where if I don't lift it up, because that 1 inch might sound like nothing, but 1 inch in like the front, when you put 1 inch in the length of the car on the front, there's a huge difference. It will literally make the difference of like scraping or not scraping. So, and especially because I have the front lift, I think is a must. For me, for where I live, some people say it makes like they never use it, they don't need it. For where I live, if you have like places where you have to go up, go down a little bit, my driveway, I don't need it, but it's like just barely. I don't need it. So if your driveway is just a little bit lifted, you should consider getting one with the front lift option. Which brings us to question number 5. How expensive is maintenance? I did my research before buying it, and you definitely gotta take into consideration, obviously, insurance for the car. Mine didn't go up that much, but you definitely should call before and make sure that your insurance won't go up like crazy, because I hear some people, they pay a lot for their insurance on their C8s. So that's one. Another one would be oil changes. They're not crazy. I mean, it's just a GM, just a Chevy, so at the end of the day, the prices don't change that much for the C8. You do need some other maintenance to do on these ones, like the transmission fluid at 7,500. Tires, the back tires of this car are huge, so those won't be cheap. The front ones, they won't be cheap, but they're not that big, so you should be okay. Keep that into consideration as well. And then obviously fuel, you gotta put premium fuel only. So if that is something that you're not used to, you should include it into the budget, because it will add up. It will add up for sure. Next question, which will be question number 6. Does everyone stare at the car, or do you get attention from it? I saw videos of people being like, yeah, you'll get so much attention, this and that, and I thought, well, maybe they live in like places where these cars are not coming, or like, right, like just different places where like you don't see many like sports cars or exotic cars or whatnot. When I got it, I live in Middle Tennessee. I live near Nashville or Franklin, which is, those are places where like you see huge cars all the time. And I can tell you, the amount of like attention I get with this car is insane. And this is before changing the color of the car. I got the Corvette, the red Corvette, red on red. That's how it is original, before I made it purple. And I had the same amount of attention when it was red, or maybe a little bit more even. Nah, not really, but I'll say the same amount of attention that I have now with purple when it was red, the normal red. And it's if you don't like that, it could be overwhelming. Like, I don't mind here and there, but like it got to a point where like people will like lower the window and be like, oh my god, that car is so sick. And I'm like, listen, I love the C8, I love it, but it's like, okay, it's a Corvette. Like, it's just a Corvette. There's like Ferraris everywhere here, Lambos, whatever. You will get that attention. If you don't like it, this is something you need to consider. I don't mind it that much, but it gets overwhelming, so I put like 15 window tint on the sides now, 15, and then I put it on the windshield too, just because I wanted more privacy, and it was a little overwhelming. So definitely something that you need to think about. If you want it, if you want the attention, perfect car. Especially because like some people that don't know much about cars, the car just looks sick, so they might even think there's a supercar. And yeah, it is. Here's where you comment and like destroy me in the comments. You can go now. Do it. With that one, we'll go to next question, which is question number 6. Is the C8 fast enough? If you look at stats, yeah, I mean, it's a 0 to 16, 2.8, 2.9 seconds. It's pretty fast. Now, when you are cruising on the highway already at like 60 or whatever, and then you kind of like floor it, it will fly, it will go up fast, but not as fast. It doesn't feel as fast as when you, the car is not as fast, or it doesn't accelerate as fast as when you do it from 0. So the car is a lot better starting from 0 than from like a roll. So that's something that you should know as well. And honestly, it sounds so sick if you put an exhaust, obviously depending on what exhaust, but it's a V8, so you can't go wrong with an exhaust. It's just gonna sound sick. Yeah, that will bring us to the next question. What options I would get if I wanted to buy another C8? I think, personally, depending on if you buy a new one or a used one, would be different. If it was a used one, I would love to find one with already PPF installed, especially on the sides, like the side skirts. They get scratched from the tires. Like they throw dirt, and this is a common thing on the Corvette, especially because the side skirts get an angle where like the dirt can go up and hit it and scratch it. That's something that you should take a look at if you're buying a used Corvette. If it has PPF, then you're fine, but if it doesn't, look at that. Front lift, like I said, I would have, if I knew this before, I would have looked for one with the MPP exhaust, because that would mean that I can buy any valved aftermarket exhaust and play with that. Now I'm kind of stuck with only the non-MPP aftermarket exhaust. That means I'm stuck with an open valve exhaust that sounds loud all the time. I would get the Z51 package just because if you want to sell it to an older guy, they're gonna want the Z51 package. It's just a thing, I guess. Another thing that mine has is the GT 2 bucket seats, the carbon fiber ones. I think they look so much better than the original ones, that when I look at the original ones, I'm like, really don't like it. So I would have had that. And another thing that I would get, doesn't give me any benefit, but it's rare. Not a lot of people get this, therefore people love it, is the see-through roof, which I will show you right now here. So it's just like an open sunroof all the time, and I think it looks cool. It's kind of tinted, like it comes kind of tinted, so it doesn't bother you. And honestly, it looks pretty sick, especially from the inside. It looks super nice. And I think those would be the options I would get for a C8, the musts. Others will be black wheels. I think the black wheels look better in my opinion, but that's obviously just a personal thing. But yeah, that will bring us to the next question and final. Would you buy another C8? The question is 100% yes. This car surpassed my expectations from like a 6 to a 12. It's just everything I wanted and more. I wanted a fast car that sounded nice, that looked nice, and it's just I'm getting a super fast car that sounds amazing and looks amazing, and people love it. They just love it. So, and for the price, I was looking at other cars. I was looking at Porsche, and I was looking at Supra, and I was looking at a what else was I looking at? I'm pretty sure those were the two main ones. For what I can get in a Porsche with that price of like a C8 Corvette, like 70 grand, you can't compare what you get with this car for 70 grand. You just can't. I mean, it's GT2 RS or GT3 RS, those are like 3 times the price. And I'm sorry, but you get pretty much the same amount of attention on this one. Might not be the same people, because obviously the people that know about cars, including me, I see a GT3 RS and I'm like, oh man, I love that thing. I wish, right? One day. But the people that don't know much about cars, they see a Porsche and it's like, oh, that's a nice car. And then they see this car is like so beautiful, right? So it depends who you want to catch the attention from, and the budget, obviously. I mean, if you don't have the money for GT3 RS, then you're just gonna get a Cayenne Turbo for this price, not even a GTS, because I was looking for a GTS, and those are pretty pricey if you want to get a good one with low miles and a good year. So would I buy another C8? 100%. The other one was a Supra, but I mean, Supras are nice, they're fast, they look good. I just think this one is better. They look different but better. They're faster, and again, if you want the attention, you'll get a lot more attention with the Corvette than the Toyota. I'm saying this as I love Supras. I wanted one. It's just different. But yeah, I would definitely buy another Corvette. I would probably buy another Corvette whenever I get rid of this one. So yeah, this Corvette became more than just a car to me. It's becoming just a journey, just part of like this journey in life right now, to creating content, for marketing for my business. I mean, it's been huge and just a fun part of my life for sure. For the next video next week, we'll be going to Cars and Coffee. I'm gonna be a vendor there, so my Corvette will be there in the tent, and I will try to record the reaction of the people looking at the new car with the new color, so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about attention. People love it, man. People love the Corvette C8. It's just that. I mean, they love it, and I'm so happy. I mean, kids love it, and I'm like hop in the driver's seat, and they're like, "Oh my god, for real!" And then they just love sitting in the driver's seat. It's just awesome, man. Seeing the little kids' faces, like just smiling when they hop in the car, is just priceless. I love that. I love that part. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions about the ownership of a Corvette, throw them in the comments. I will answer all of them. I'm not a big YouTube channel, so I won't miss it. So throw them there. I will answer those. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see next week's video at Cars and Coffee in Nashville. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This is Andy. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.